Good evening, friends. See, Pebbles was ready, if no one else. Good evening and welcome to another new look, Littleport Christian Spiritualist Society. And let's say hello to everyone watching at home. Good evening, friends. Good evening. There we are, just to prove that there are actually people in the hall with us. Just so that you are aware, we are live. Please do not swear. There is a 7-second delay, so don't panic. I will be pointing at the screen in about 7 seconds, just like that. But it's so that we can try something new tonight, because Reverend Alan will be joining us to give us a reading from wherever he is up north, which will be quite exciting. But let's begin with a proper and formal welcome. She served us while we've been online in the last 18 months, but it's the first time in 18 months we've had the pleasure of her physical presence. Give her a big Littleport Facebook, YouTube welcome to Sue Breen. Wonderful. And I know that we're in very good hands tonight. Sue has always been a true and genuine exponent of this way of life. And we're always excited not only to have her visit us, but also Pebbles! Pebbles is back. Wonderful. So welcome to everyone who is here, everyone watching online, everyone who's going to be watching in the future all around the world. It's so exciting that such a wonderful hall as this, called Littleport, can reach out to the four corners of the earth. It's so exciting, it really, really is. And I'm excited especially to see some familiar faces returning back to this physical hall too, because that physical contact is what we've missed. And so let's say thank you for that physical contact, that ability to reach out to each other by starting in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under your banner of love and hope and friendship, and witness the truth and the proof that life is indeed eternal. I ask for a blessing to be placed on each person here present, and all those watching from home, and all those that will watch, so that your love might shine like a banner across the world. And as we place this service in your care and keeping, we make the statement as ever, that everything we do will be in the name of love, in the name of truth, and in the name of light. Amen. Amen. Well, friends, what of the week? Well, it's been pretty much the same, I would say. One day rolls into another. Each moment rolls into another. But some things that don't change should change. Last week, I spoke quite lengthily and quite forcefully about the need for us all to take control, to spread the word of love and light all across the world. This week, nothing has changed, except for one thing. Each week, as I'm going about my business, getting ready for the service, little things start to poke their oar into my life. I start to notice these little synchronicities, these little tracks, these little threads that reach out into our lives. And no more than usual have I recognized this week's particular thread. There's a lot going on in the world, in particular, about different groups of people having a pop at each other. That's always been the case. That's always been the same. But why should it be? Why can we not learn to walk separate paths, but respecting those paths? We all are different. We all are unique. We all are individual. Each one of us reflecting the light of the Great Spirit in its own many different aspects, its own many different facets. And that's a wonderful thing. We are all part of the universe made manifest, a spark of ingenious love and light, understanding itself, the universe does, through us. But that means that we should be more respectful, more compassionate, and more loving of each other. For example, over the last 7 days, I have been accused of being a false prophet 27 times. I've been accused of not being a Christian probably about 35 times. And I've been told that I've got no place conversing with atheists, a grand sum total of 23 times. How do I know that this is not true? And how do I know that I've got every right to converse how I want and where I want with anybody? In the last year, we've had to say goodbye to many friends. 3 individuals of which I've performed their funeral service for. My dad, our Reverend Wendy, and a very good friend of mine called Andy, a young man who passed with cancer. And he was the most atheist you could ever meet. He asked me if I would perform his funeral under one condition. He said, please don't talk about God too much. Well, of course, I said, I'll do what I can. Now, Andy and I, we would always have very lengthy, very in-depth conversations. We would share our opinions. We would share our thoughts. We would potentially battle quite a lot. But I'll tell you what we never did. We never argued. We were never spiteful. We were never vindictive. And we were never cruel to each other. We could respect each other's positions, discuss with each other each other's relevant positions, without invoking hatred, without resorting to that old adage of, your group of people have been having a pop at mine for years and now it's time to get our own back. I said last week, and if I have to say it every week, in and out, hate does not beat hate. You cannot fight fire with fire. Then I will say it every week until the world listens. You can respect each other's positions. You can respect each other's thoughts, because you will find that you agree on more than you disagree. I made a comment about a wonderful image. I believe we call them memes these days. I believe actually that Jesus, or Yeshua, Joshua Carpenter, however you wish to refer, that gentleman of 2,000 years ago, Hebrew descent, he used to work in parables. If he were to come again, not only would he be completely disgusted with what's been going on, he would use memes, because they simplify and reduce the message to something simple and understandable. That was what he did. And that is what we should all do. And that most important message of not hating on each other for our different opinions is the core principle. One of the disciples, and I don't care who argues with me on this one, I truly believe that Mary Magdalene was a disciple. Let's face it, she was the one who paid for everything, as is the way back then. Her previous employment before that was as a prostitute. Did Jesus say, oh, no, I can't work with you? No, he said, come on in, let's get on with things. It was love. It was compassion. He simplified, he boiled things down, he made things easy to understand. So memes are brilliant. I love them. A meme was posted by someone who's what I would call a rather right-wing atheist. And I actually agreed with what they put. So I made a comment. What are you even doing here? Go away. Actually, I was agreeing with you. I don't want you agreeing with me, was the response that came back. And do you know what? As much as that's true about some atheists, it's also the case for many religious people who do not want other walks of religious life to agree with them, even though people do. That's got to stop. We have to stop it. We have to recognize the love, the joy, and the truth in every part of the message, no matter where that message comes from. Because if we do not, we will continue to walk in darkness. We will continue to fail that mission of creating earth as it is in heaven, of being one human family, of loving one another and just getting on with it. Because we need to work together, to listen to each other, and to love one another. How much more simpler do you need it? I tell you what, this time next week, I'll bring you all a meme. Thank you all for listening, and God bless you all. Well, friends, this is the point where I usually my teeth dropped out, loves, where I usually invite our principal minister to say a few words. And I note by the fact that she's got something in her hand, she's ready and willing. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends and everything in between, Reverend Lynn Gibb-Disward.
Do you want me to stand?
Just the other side.
The other side of Sue.
There we go, we've got you.
Well, good evening, everybody, and everybody, of course, at home. We always say, don't we, that there's a way that Spirit oversee everything, and they know in advance, even if we don't, which is quite extraordinary. It's amazing, actually. And listening to your address, my smile got broader and broader, because I knew then that they had been at their work again, as we know they do, but it never fails to amaze me. And that's something I think that all of us who are in this spiritualist movement, whatever denomination and organisation we might belong to or have allegiance with, we all understand that overall is the Spirit that is working over us, through us, and with us. And before I left home this evening, which is miles away, of course, around the corner, I had printed out some little words that I thought might be nice, and it was actually about kindness. About kindness. Mm-hmm. And before I embark on that, I would just like to say that this hall that is devoted to other things during the week, of course, but it's always been our venue on a Thursday night as a church, smells like a church. I think everybody here who has been in a spiritualist church before would say that this hall smells exactly like every other spiritualist church that you could ever walk into. I closed my eyes and I knew that we could be in any church at all. They all smell the same. Even the one in America, for instance, the Albertson in Old Greenwich that I was acting minister for a few weeks, it smelled the same, which is quite extraordinary. And of course, the Orthodox Church understands about smells, doesn't it? Because you get a lot of wafting of incense, you know, and smellies going on. Mandy knows about smellies and how necessary they are for everybody who's got a sense of smell. But on the other hand, there are other smells that pervade us, unbidden, if you like. And I think that a church smell is like that. So I just wanted to let people know who are only watching and couldn't smell our smell, what they could smell. Yes, so I'd run out a few instances of kindness mentioned in the Bible. And in case you would be interested, it says, so whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them. and that is Matthew 7, verse 12. And of course, our beloved Corinthians and St. Paul, he said, which is often recited at occasions like weddings, for instance, love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things and believes all things and hopes all things and endures all things. And in Galatians, Paul wrote this, "For you were called to freedom, brothers. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. And let us grow weary in so opportunity, let us give everyone, and especially to those who are of the household of faith." And again, in Ephesians, Paul writes, "Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you." And then I ran this little thing out that says, "Therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing." And that was Paul nearly 2,000 years ago, telling people how they should behave one to another. And that is something that I ran out before leaving the house. And I thought that it was my idea. Obviously it wasn't. But the point is this, that people talk a lot about the devil, don't they? And they often call it a man, he. Well, I would rather say it is an it. And there is such a thing as a devil, but it's not a devil with horns and, all the rest of it, and a pitchfork. It's actually unkindness. That is the devil, because kindness is everything and would make this world such a wonderful place to live in for everybody. And when people are unkind, that leads to violence. Unkindness leads to that kind of attack on others. Unkindness is the worst possible thing, therefore I would call that the devil. And while we're on the subject of unkindness, let's think about our animals. People who otherwise seem to be kind can be very unkind to our animals. If there is not too far away from here, in the county of Cambridgeshire, at Huntingdon, there is a camp which breeds beagle dogs for selling to laboratories for testing, which means vivisection, cutting them open, subjecting them to ingesting toxins, absolutely disgusting experiments that have been proved not to help the human race one iota. It doesn't help, and all it does is feed an industry that is built on misery, pain, and exploitation of our animal friends. And I would ask you now to, when we say our healing prayers tonight, to think about those animals who are in captivity or bred only for pain and torture, and who are living now in the most extremely terrible conditions, unkind conditions. And, you can only say that those kinds of things are real examples of what unkindness can actually do to the human race. It lowers us, it makes us base. And if we say nothing about unkind things like that facility down the road, that makes us as bad as them, I believe. So wherever we see unkindness, let's say we must be kind and tell people, be kinder, be kinder. Don't pretend to be kind and then do something outrageously disgusting, which is, the height of unkindness. Try and be kind. And I think that, Reverend Nick, I think you said everything, in your address. And I know that with the help of the Great Spirit, that we will all eventually, as Reverend Nick and all of us pray fervently, dear Lord, on earth as it is in heaven. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lynn.
I can now totter off down the stairs.
Mind the cable.
Yeah, I will try and mind.
Mind the cable. That's it.
I've been down many a step leading to the church.
Well, now is the experimental bit that we hope will work, because I'm now going to try and make contact for our reading this evening with Reverend Alan. So wish us all luck. I'm bringing him up on the screen, and there will be a slight delay.
Do something outrageously disgusting.
7-second delay. Hang on. So, Alan, are you all right, and can you hear us?
I'm absolutely fine. I can hear you fine. Can you all hear me?
He's smiling. Can you hear us, Alan?
Yes.
He's froze.
Yes, can
Isn't
you
that
hear
typical?
me?
He's been stroking his hair every 30 seconds ever since we... Can you hear us, Alan?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
And Matt's frozen.
He's frozen again. Oh.
Just do your reading, and I'll turn the volume up if we're... Oh, dear. I think we're frozen.
No, I'm fine, Nick.
The wonders of modern technology.
I'll carry on with the reading, Nick.
Yes. We will try and get Alan back in a moment. We'll get the signal back in a moment. I believe everyone is still watching from home, so it's just our signal. And we'll get Alan back to do his reading, because we can't hear him. So we'll just ignore that screen over there that's on pause. Alan, can you hear me?
Yes,
can
I
we
can
pull
hear
you back in a bit once I've sorted things out?
Okay, mate. They can hear it. They can hear.
Just nod.
I can hear it.
I'll speak to you in a moment. Oh, she can hear. Everyone at home can hear this whole chaos, but that's fine. That's fine. We will move on to our healing. See, there you go. It's back up and running now. Let's have some healing, and healing, as Lynn mentioned, is actually extremely important. See, it did work. It's all trial and error. It doesn't matter. We'll get there. It'll make for good outtakes for the end of year reel. Never mind. So our healing. Back to a very serious moment here. One of the most important things when it comes to healing. Can I ask especially for somebody called Tayan? And anyone who has the ability to pray, to send out their thoughts, can perform healing. But the most important part is when we gather together and send out those thoughts, they are multiplied. And of course, tonight, as ever, we send out our thoughts to all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort. I'd like to ask specifically for a young girl called Tayan. I got it right first time. And of course, we should send out our thoughts to Reverend Tony, who I know is watching, if he's able to actually see anything. But he is home and on the mend, but let's send out our thoughts to him as well, because he's a good friend of ours. And not that he'd need to be to get that healing. So let's send out our thoughts, and we will begin that healing silence with the healing prayer and end with the word Amen. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, here we bring unto you all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort, be they sick in mind, body, or spirit, that it may please thee to heal them. Both those we know and have asked for, those we do not know, and those who have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Amen. Well, friends, now is the time in our service where I hand over to our good friend Sue, who's been sitting patiently, and Pebbles equally patiently, haven't you, darling, for your demonstration of mediumship. Now, as ever, those that are in the hall, you're not going online, don't panic. But if you could shout in a clear voice, yes, no, or don't know, it does help. Not only the medium and all of us being nosy, but especially everyone being nosy at home to see what's going on. But don't feel you have to either. So, friends, give a big Littleport welcome to our medium, Sue Breen.
Okay.
Feel free to wander.
Pardon?
Feel free to wander.
I can wander.
Yeah, of course you can.
Wonderful. Thank you. Right. I've got to say, as soon as I walked in here, well, actually this afternoon, I had Francis come forward, okay? And he's telling me that he's been around, he has been around. Apparently the diary is somewhere that you just haven't looked. All right? Whether he's moved it for you, okay? Okay. He wants to say that he's got all his teeth now. Do you understand that?
Oh, yeah, they lost his false teeth at the hospital.
Oh, okay, right. He's saying I've got all my own teeth now. I've gone back to when he was happy with himself. Okay. He wants to say he's sorry, lovey. He's sorry that he passed when he did. All right. Because as far as he was concerned, there was life to lead, places to go, people to see, and things to do. All right. Would you understand him passing around an anniversary time? Either a birthday?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Because he's saying to me that he will be coming in on all the other birthdays and anniversaries. All right? Okay. He's talking about somebody saying, hold on a minute, let me get this right. He's putting maps in front of me here. So I know that there was, and he's given me a very big steering wheel as well. All right. So I know that he was either a driver of some sort. Okay. I don't know whether it was coaches, buses, or what, but I know that he's talking about going to many different places.
Yeah, he used to drive a lorry.
Many different places, okay. But he has been sitting in with Nick.
Thank you.
He has been sitting in with you, lovey. And, oh, that's really weird.
You just noticed yourself.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'll wave my arms around. Right. Okay, he's telling me that you've got to slow down, lovey.
Thank you.
All right? You haven't got go faster stripes on your car, so you've got to slow down.
Thank you.
All right. You know, because he does sit there as well. He does sit.
Yes, thank you.
Francis used to smoke, lovey.
One time,
Yeah, because he's doing this. But he's saying, when I gave it up, because it didn't do him any good, okay, he's doing this.
yeah.
All right? As if, you know, he put on weight. All right? I also want to say to you as well, he's taken me down to his feet here and he's got highly polished boots on. Would you understand him wearing a uniform at some point? Thank you. Okay. He's telling me that he did a lot of things in life. He also learned a lot of lessons in life. Okay. But he's telling me that he didn't finish what he started. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Thank you. Okay. Nikki's putting a book in front of you.
Thank you.
Do you understand
I
what
do.
the book is? Right,
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, because I feel it's like a journal or something.
Yes.
Ah, all right, bless you. Okay, he's telling me that you've got to go forward. You've got to, right, hold on a minute. He's taking me overseas with you,
Thank you.
okay?
Yeah.
But your dad also had a sense of humour as well, didn't he?
Oh, and didn't he just? Yeah.
Right. You know where he's taking me? Hyde Park.
Yes.
He's standing you on a soapbox.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
He's saying, you can preach to all of them.
Thank you. Thank you.
But he's really happy with what you said tonight.
Thank you.
Okay? And he's really happy with the words that Reverend Lynn, has also said as well. Okay? You know, as he comes forward here, he is saying it took him a little while to be able to build up the energies to come forward. All right? But he is telling me to tell you, Linda, he's just said Linda, right? This gentleman had no regrets in life other than passing when he did. And he wants you to know that. All right? He's blowing a kiss to you, lovey. He is blowing a kiss. Somebody's had a tattoo done for him.
I've got a tattoo. I've got a tattoo.
Okay. He's talking about a significant tattoo.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. He just wants to leave his love with both of you.
Thank you.
All right? And he's saying, keep this going, keep it going. All right? Okay. Because he will be here making the tea and coffee.
Yeah.
All right? Okay. Bless you. I want to leave his love with you both. All right.
God bless you.
Actually, hold on a minute. He's given me the month of December.
Yeah.
Would you understand that to be a birthday passing or an anniversary?
You got married in December.
Thank you. Okay. Celebrate our anniversary. All right? Oh, you're right, lovey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm really horrible because I always make people cry. Okay. I'm going to leave his love with you. All right? Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I come to you, please?
Yeah.
Right. The way, sorry, I normally ask, has anybody not seen me work before?
Yeah.
Okay. The way that I do work is I normally get ladies to my left, gentlemen to my right. They can give me symptoms which they've passed with. They can also give me medical conditions that are still here, okay? But I don't often get names. Right. I want to say to you, lovely, I've got a gentleman that is stepping forward.
Yeah.
As he comes forward, I do want to say to you, he comes in very much as on a father level.
Yeah.
All right? He's talking about with you. He's been in and around you. This gentleman didn't believe in this either.
He didn't talk about it. No. He didn't talk about it. It wasn't something.
He's come in with a box.
Right.
He's holding a box in his hand, and that normally means to me, oh, he's just said it. He thought once he popped his clogs, he'd be in his box and gone.
Yeah.
Right? And that was it.
Yeah.
Okay. But he is saying he's really happy that there is somewhere else to go to, because he can come in and around you.
Yeah.
All right? You've got Mum on the spirit side as well, please. Yeah, she's
Yes.
stepping forward here. Okay. These two are holding hands.
Yes.
All right? I know they had ups and downs in life, love, but they are holding hands. And she's saying we really did have a bond, a love between us.
Yes.
All right? There are two of you, please. She's saying two.
It's three of us.
There's three. Oh, then she's talking about the other two. The other two. Right. Okay. You know, they change things just like that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. As Mum comes forward, she's saying to me, you've had a broken heart in life as well.
Yeah.
All right? She's bringing the two halves of the heart together and putting a sticky plaster on it for you. She's giving you the healing from the inside out. All right? She's saying to me that, you know, life has been very up and down for you.
Yeah.
All right? She's also talking about you being taken for granted.
Yes.
Okay? Now, as Mum comes forward to me, she's not a very tall lady.
No.
All right? She's making me look to her. So I do feel that she was a little bit shorter than me. All right? I know with her also that she did carry 1 or 2 extra pounds in life, because she's saying she was cuddly.
Yeah.
All right? But before she passed the spirit side of me, she did lose some weight. All right? Now, for some reason, she's doing this as well. So I feel with her that what she's trying to say is that she was confused before she passed. All right? It was either she was confused or there was confusion that was taking place around her. And she's doing this around her.
Yeah.
Okay? She's also talking about a decision that had to be made.
Yes.
All right? And nobody should feel any guilt or responsibility. All right? Because the right decision was made. Okay? Okay, bless her. She's not giving me what she passed with, lovey, but I do feel that there was 1 or 2 things that were not working properly. All right? Okay, she's taking me down here as well for some reason. Okay. Now she's saying to me, there are 2 boys and a girl, please.
2 girls and a boy.
Oh, sorry, my misinterpretation. Okay. She's talking about either a rift or a separation that's taken place.
Yes.
Okay. But it's not all down to you, sweet.
No.
She's saying it's not all down to you, so don't feel it is, because it's not. All right? One of these girls, or one of your sisters, okay, I'm not sure whether you want to hear this.
Go ahead.
She's talking about one of your sisters holding a grudge.
Yes.
Actually, the words were harbouring a grudge.
Yes.
Right. Okay. She's talking about with her, only not even time will heal that, because she will carry it with her. Okay? Right, so she's saying let her deal with her issues. Nobody can help her except herself. And she's very much in denial. Okay? Right. Your father's stepping forward here, there's very much a resemblance around you two. all right? And he's doing this, so I know that he's saying I was a bit thin.
No, he always does that, because he had more
Okay. Don't smoke as well, please.
He did many years ago.
Yeah. You know, I've got this,
Yes.
and he's putting one behind his ear. It's like that one's for later on. Okay. He's taken me to his hands here as well, so I know with him that he was either very good with his hands or he worked manually.
Yes.
All right. Now he's putting books in front of you.
Yes.
All right. He's talking about you carry a lot of knowledge,
Yes.
but you don't always use it.
Yes.
It's time you started to use it. This gentleman's very proud of you. All right. And he's also telling me that he's very proud of the way that you have dealt with situations that have come in around you.
Yes.
All right? You just keep doing what you're doing. Okay? You'll be fine. He's bringing in a birthday cake here.
Okay.
You understand a birthday cake coming in?
Yes. That will be his.
His. Right, thank you. He's just said there's nothing stopping you celebrating his birthday, because they will be on the other side. All right? Because he's saying because we passed to the other side doesn't stop us from celebrating our actual birthday. Okay? And I also want to say to you as well, would you understand somebody playing the piano? I don't feel this is Dad because I can hear the piano in the background. He's talking about a brother.
Okay. Okay. Maybe his brother's home.
Right, okay, so that would be an uncle to you. Okay. I know that they are lifting 1 or 2 pints.
Yes.
All right. And he is saying that is something that he does enjoy. He does enjoy. Okay. Okay, beautiful. I just want to say to you, lovely, that they may not be with you in body, but they are with you in spirit. All right. He's talking about retirement.
I don't know what that is. I've got a few years, but he was retired all the time.
Right, okay.
I mean, I've still got another 7 years.
Okay. Would you understand you making long-term plans?
Not really, no, not long.
Right, well, I'm just going to say to you that I actually do feel that there is going to be long-term plans that do come forward.
Okay.
All right? Okay. He's just telling me to tell you, don't waste your life. Live life to the full. There's places to go, people to see, things to do. All right? He'll be pushing you in the right direction. Okay? Because he's just said to me, I want you to do the things that I never got to do.
He did an awful lot of stuff.
Okay? Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave their love with you. Okay. Can I come to you, Lee?
Thank you very much.
Right. I've got a gentleman that's stepping forward here, and I want to say to you, I know that this is a father figure as he comes forward.
Thank you.
I also want to say your father wasn't a very tall man, was he?
Bridge, I suppose.
I want to say maybe 5'10".
Yeah.
Okay. And as he comes in, he's doing this. So I do feel with him there was a bit of a stockiness about him. Okay, a little bit broad. All right. He's saying that he was strong, but he also had a strong personality as well.
He did.
And he liked to treat people the way he liked to be treated himself.
Yeah.
All right. He's talking about the beliefs that come forward, love, and he's also saying He's very, very proud of the way that you are bringing. He's talking about your calling forward.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay. I'm asking him for the right words. He's telling me that in the past there's been so many short-sighted people around you.
Yes.
Right. And he is saying, let them go. Just let them go.
Yeah.
You know, you only get one life at a time.
Yeah.
Right. Make the most of it, that's what he's saying. It doesn't matter what anybody else says, what anybody else thinks. It is your life.
Thank you.
Right. He's given me 6 here.
Yeah.
You understand 6?
Yeah, I have 6 children.
Oh, bless you. You have 4 of one make and 2 of another?
Several, love. He's being diplomatic.
Right, okay.
I think it was 5 at the last count.
Oh, right, okay.
To produce 6.
Okay. I know that Mum's on the other side as well,
Yeah.
as she comes in. And I know with her, I do want to say that she was very much around your height.
She was taller than me.
That much?
Quite a bit, really.
Right. There's a lady that's coming forward here. Now, whether this is Mum's mum, I know that they come in very much on the mother level because
I'd say it was grandmother.
Thank you. Okay. This lady was a very traditional lady.
Yeah.
Very traditional.
Yeah. Yeah, my mum certainly wasn't.
No. Okay. This is a grandmother that's coming forward.
True.
Right. Okay. And she's talking about names that have been passed down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. She's also saying that she would never have thought of you as you are now. But she's saying, be proud. Be proud, because whatever you decide to do, is that
I
yours?
apologise.
Is that you?
Yes, it is.
I thought it was
turned
me.
it on.
Right. She's just saying, she doesn't care what you do, so long as you're happy.
Yeah, she used to say that.
Just be yourself. Okay. And she's sending love to you, sweet, as well.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay. I know the finger used to come out like this because she's doing
that's
that.
what she used to do.
Yeah. And I know with your grandfather, sweet, he would have to duck every now and again
Yeah.
when she was throwing things at him. All right? But she's saying we did love each other, we just didn't always see eye to eye.
True.
All right? Okay. She's bringing forward a child from spirit side.
Yeah.
But I actually want to say 2.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. And she's telling me to tell you, don't worry about them. I'm looking after them.
Thank you.
I'm looking after them.
Thank you.
All right?
Yeah, lovely.
She's just saying, he can't go. I'm going to come to him.
He'll be back.
She's just telling me to tell you, lovely, that there's a lot of love that comes to you. And she knows that with you, sweet, in life, I'm going to say this is one word that covers a multitude of different things. She's telling me that there was abuse that was taking place around you.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm not going to go into it, but she is saying that's why she's happy to see you where you are now.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay, bless you. Your father's saying, I'm happy too, you know.
Yeah, he wouldn't get left out.
No, I'm happy too. Okay. He's just telling me that he could talk the talk as well.
Yeah.
And walk the walk.
Yeah. And
Okay.
dance the dance.
And dance the dance, yeah. Okay. Believe in the words that you say, love, because it comes from the heart.
Yeah.
And that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay? He's given me a rose to give to you, and he's telling me to tell you, keep it near your heart, because that's where it's come from.
Thank you.
And I also want to, it's a yellow rose, lovey.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
Bless you. Okay. He still walks with you. He wants you to know.
Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you.
You're welcome,
I'll
sir.
tell you something, that was the first message I ever got in a spiritualist church off the platform from Ivy Scott.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
They don't mind repeating themselves, do they, over the years?
No, I just give what I'm being given.
Thank you.
Okay. Very smart man.
Yeah.
Very smart man.
Yeah.
And I do want to say to you as well, he was a very knowledgeable man.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Okay. He's just said, I didn't have a particularly good education, but I was very knowledgeable.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Your writing, lovey, that you do in psychic news and so on, okay, he's just put his thumb up. Good news, good news. Okay, I'm going to leave their love with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, lovey.
God bless you.
Can I come to you, please? Yes? Okay. Right. I've got them coming in both sides here. Okay. But I'm also hearing the word sister. Right, hold on a minute. See, sister could be an aunt of a mother or father, or it could be your sister. And if you haven't lost a sister to spirit, lovey, then I know they're just saying sister here, so I know that I've got a lady that's stepping forward. Okay.
I haven't lost a sister.
Okay. Okay. Mum's on spirit side, please. I've got a lady. Right. I've got a lady that is on a mother vibration. She comes forward, and I know that if she's not mum, then I know that she's very much a grandmother as she comes forward. All right. Now, I also want to say to you that she's taking me down towards London. I can't take it back, lovey. She's giving it to me. So whether she lived up this end of the country, but somewhere around, linked or connected with you, there are connections down in London, or were in London. Okay? Right. You understand a grandfather figure on the other side? And Dad's still here?
That's me.
Right, okay. I've got 3 gentlemen coming forward here. 3. All right? I know I've got a grandfather figure that is coming in, and as he comes forward here, he's giving me uniform as well. So I know that he was either in the army. He was in the army, yeah. But there's another gentleman that's coming in that's talking about the Navy. Father-in-law. Thank you. Okay. Okay. This gentleman, as he comes forward here, he is making me look up to him. So I know that there was a height to him, all right? I know with him that he wouldn't be backed into a corner, loving. He's saying, you know, when I said no, I meant no, all right? And if somebody kept on and on and on and tried to back him into a corner, he's saying, I would come out verbally, all right? He does want to say to you, he wants to say thank you to you. But somewhere along the line, there's 2 wedding rings. So either somebody's been married twice or a ring has been mislaid and replaced. Okay, I'm going to leave it with you because he's given it to me, all right? Okay. The lady I've got coming forward here, your mother-in-law, I've got a mother figure that's coming in, sweet, so I know that if Mum's still here, is your mother-in-law still here? Right, thank you. That's who it is that's coming in. Okay. Would you understand a diabetes condition, please? With your mum? That's fine. No, that's fine. They're just giving me proof to you, all right? Okay. But would you also understand either a marriage or a wedding that is going to be coming in? She's giving me a huge, great big wedding cake here. So I know that there is going to be a wedding that is going to be... Pardon?
Ah, might be the one she spoiled years ago.
Oh, right, thank you. Okay. Oh.
Oops.
Okay. She just said, well, we don't always have the same opinion. But she wants to apologise. Yeah. She's seen it from a different view, being on the other side. Okay? Right. Okay, bless you. Come on, come on, come on. Would you understand the month of March, please? The month of March. Yes? Okay, she's given me the month of March to give to you. She's talking about as well either a move that will be taking place or a move that is being thought of. Okay? She's giving me front door keys here. But she's also talking about when she passed to spirit side, that things weren't as they should have been. It wasn't organised. She's putting loads of paper in front of me, so I know that things had to be sorted out. Okay? But the main part of this is that she's come in to say sorry to you. All right? Okay, I'm just going to say this as she's giving it to me. She's saying, tell her I didn't like anybody. And that's what she's saying. I didn't like anybody. Okay? But since she's been on the other side, she's mellowed, lovey. She's mellowed. She's seen the way she was, and she's saying I could have been a lot different. Right? So there are apologies that come to you. Okay? Okay. And Dad's on the other side. I'm going to ask him to come forward. Would you I don't often get names, so would you understand the name Gerald or Jerry? Okay. I'm just going to leave that with you, all right? Jerry, yeah. All right? I've got to give it as I'm being given it. Right. He's telling me that before he passed the spirit side of it, he struggled. All right? He's taken me down to his feet. And that means to me, he's got no shoes on, so that means to me that he really did struggle to get around. Okay? He's talking about being quite unwell, really quite unwell, and not being a very patient. All right? He's also saying there were words that should have been said before he passed to spirit side. You understand that? Yeah. Okay. But he is saying that he didn't say the words that he needed to say before he passed. All right? So he just wants to say to you, you know, children don't come with instruction manuals, and we can only do our best. And if we didn't do our best, then I apologise. Okay? He's given me a 4 connection here, a 4 connection. Would you be one of 4 or one of 2? 1 of 4, thank you. Okay. You just said they're still arguing. Not you. There's 2 of them that are still arguing. That's all I can do is, he's talking about being a fly on the wall. Okay? I must be going deaf. What's she saying?
That might be all right, his own sister.
Ah, right, thank you. Thank you. Okay. You're on the other side, lovey. 4 of them.
5 aunts.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was whoever that lady was that came forward and was saying sister. She's talking about sister to either dad or mum. Okay. Quite an outspoken lady. Yeah. She's saying, I said it as it was. I said it as it was. Sometimes I upset people. All right. But they knew where they stood with her. Okay. Would you understand her being quite fussy around her hair as well? I know that she would put a bit of lipstick on and a bit of powder on her nose. Okay. Quite, I want to say quite a slim lady as well. Quite a slim lady. Very well presented. She liked to look nice. And there was a very nice fragrance around her. All right. She's saying at times you may pick up the fragrance for 2 or 3 seconds. That is when I'm coming in around you. Okay? But Dad also comes in around you as well. Would you understand why he's talking about the stables? Something to do with a conversion. Okay, I'm just going to leave that with you. But it's like he's got a drawing here. And, you know, like an architect has drawn.
He was a builder, he worked on buildings.
Right, okay. So it's possible that he worked on stables to convert it. Right, thank you. Okay, okay. Yeah, he's telling me that he worked hard in life, lovey. He did work hard, all right? But I know that he did have problems around the chest area, okay, whether it was heart or lungs. But I know that he did have problems around this area, okay? Right. He's just saying that he wants to say thank you to you, all right? Just thank you to you, okay? And I'm going to leave their love with you, Swain. All right? Bless you. Thank you for working with me.
Just one more.
One more. I was looking around. She's looking up.
I'm here.
Right. Can I go to this lady here, please? Yes? Thank you. He's come back now, look.
Yeah.
Right. As I link in with you, lovely, I know that I've got a gentleman that is stepping forward that wants to say that he has been there for you. This gentleman, as he comes forward here, I know that he's very much on the grandfather level. All right? Again, he's showing me a big piece of cake here, so I feel somebody connected or linked with you. There is a diabetes condition. You understand that? Thank you. Okay. Right.
Next week.
Okay. Okay. I know that he had a walking stick. Yeah. If I had one of them, I'd break my neck on it because I'll just get tangled up in them. Right. Okay. This gentleman, as he comes forward, lovely, he's talking about with you. You know, I mean, I know, and everybody else knows, that life isn't always on a balance, it's up and down, but he's talking about with you, lovely, that you've had a couple of broken hearts in the past, all right? He is saying to me that he is coming in to give you the healing that you need. Now, this gentleman is also saying that if he didn't see things in black and white, he didn't believe in it,
No.
all right? He didn't believe in any of this, but again, he's saying, I'm just so happy there is somewhere else to go. Can you take the name Jack, please? Right. Like I said, I don't often get names, so I just give it as it comes in, all right? Okay. He's just said Jack's here. He's here. Okay. He's also given me a 10 connection. A 10 connection. Now that's either 10 children or 8 children and a mother and father.
I'm not sure. It's very difficult to achieve.
Okay. It's connected or linked somewhere.
It could be grandchildren, children, they're all quite,
Okay.
when they have an event, we all have to get together.
Right.
So we're all getting together on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Well, he's going to be there as well. He's going to be there, okay? I know that I do have a father figure that is stepping forward here as well. All right? Now, if Dad is still here,
My dad is.
right, thank you. Is a father figure that is coming forward, all right? Now, whether this is a father-in-law, you understand that? Thank you. Okay.
Yes, my father.
He's talking about apologies to you, lovey. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, we never really connected very
No,
well.
he's
I
saying-
didn't understand him.
Right. He's saying we didn't always see eye to eye. We didn't always see eye to eye. He's apologising to you because he's saying to me, I didn't give you a chance. I didn't give you a chance. All right? Now, I know with this gentleman, he's not showing me how tall he is. I'm just sort of looking to him. All right? Would you understand him losing quite a lot of weight?
He did towards the end, yes.
He's showing me really bony shoulders and, you know, the collarbones sticking out. And he said, that was his karma. Okay. You know, with this gentleman as well, I do feel with him that he didn't always see eye to eye with people. And he's saying I could have, now I look back on it, I could have been a little bit more amenable with people, right? But I do want to say to you, lovely, that I feel with him, he had emotional struggles in life. And that's what made him quite, he's saying, just say the word arrogant, because that's the way he felt.
Is that how he felt?
Yeah.
I always thought he felt, I always thought he was hard, really.
Well, you can be hard, but you can come with the arrogance as well, all right? Okay, so there is apologies that come to you, okay? You and your husband still together, lovely?
Yes.
He's doing this, yeah. And he's saying, I'm really happy to see it. I'm really happy to see it. He's talking about with him as well that when he passed to spirit side, there was something that should have been taking place. Either a get-together or a significant birthday. Actually, he's talking about a significant birthday that will be coming forward. Can you take the month of October, love?
No.
Birthday, passing, anniversary?
No.
Right.
Not alone.
Okay. Can you also take twins? He's talking about twins. Now, whether a twin was lost, all right, but he is, you understand now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. He is saying to me there will be twins coming forward again. All right? Okay. He's also talking about the end of last year not being the way you wanted it to be. The end of this year, I think, is going to be very, very different. It's going to be quite a happy time for you. All right? And he's talking about people where there's a rift, people coming back together. All right? Okay. Okay. I'm just going to say, he just said, I helped with the rift. But he's been working from the other side to bring people back together again.
I thought he did.
Okay. So he's apologising to you, I think. Yeah. And he's saying there's a lot of love that comes to you. All right? Bless you. He's just said look after his family. Okay? I'll leave his love with you. Thank you for working with me.
Thank you. Somebody's. I've got to be over myself. Somebody fell asleep on my lap. I was so honoured. So honoured. There you go. I think somebody might be a bit thirsty. So there we go. It's not something I do very often, but second time for you. Hey, Pebbles. So there you go. There you go. Somebody's thirsty. Well, friends, let's give a big proper. Now I can stand up. Thank you to Sue Breen and Pebbles for keeping me well behaved throughout the service. Well, friends, we're going to try again in a minute with Reverend Alan because he looks like he's still there. So, Alan, I will bring you up. And just start reading, my friend. And let's hope that it works. So, friends, we will have our reading. We've had lots of lovely, uplifting comments from everyone at home. You're well loved, and so is Pebbles. There has been some discussion as to whether I'm going to adopt Pebbles, but I don't think I'd be allowed.
No.
Is the honest truth. But seriously, and certainly from my perspective, a lovely message from Dad as well. And I didn't tell too many people, but he was sitting behind me last week. I was made aware of that by more than one means. So the sitting with me, and certainly more writing to do always, isn't there, Reverend? I'm now going to ask to see if Reverend Alan is there. Are you there, Reverend Alan?
I certainly am, Nick.
He's so I'm going to, hopefully it works. Start your reading, sir.
Tonight's reading is Never Alone.
And just keep going.
By Gertrude B. McLean. Sharing in your sunshine moments or in valleys deep and wide, he will never ever leave you. He is always by your side. There is no other friend so faithful through the sunshine and the rain, through the teardrops and the laughter, in your joy and in your pain. We could never ever thank him for his love just so free, never changing, never ending, throughout all eternity. Oh, the wonder of all wonders.
Well, friends, let's give a big proper. Thank you.
Who is with us all the way. Thank you.
Well, friends, we're going to try again in a minute with Reverend Alan, because he looks like he's still there. So, Alan, I will bring you up. And
Can you hear this, Alan?
Start reading that. And let's hope that it works. So, friends, we will have our reading.
Can you hear this, Alan?
Uplifting comments from everyone at home. You're well loved, and so is
I need a new way of working on this one.
There has been some discussion as to whether I'm going to adopt Evans, but I don't think I'll be allowed.
I've been told that he comes across very clearly and very well already.
My perspective.
This will teach me for going on, really, won't it?
I didn't tell too many people that he was sitting behind me last week. I was made aware of that by normal means. So was sitting with me. Certainly more writing to do always, isn't there? I'm now going to ask to see if Reverend Alan is there. Are you there, Reverend Alan?
I certainly am there.
We certainly are. So I'm going. Way! Works. Start your reading, sir.
Tonight's reading is Never Alone
Just
by Gertrude V. McLean. Sharing in your sunshine moments, or in valleys deep and wide, he will never ever leave you. He is always by your side. There is no other friend so faithful, through the sunshine and the rain, through the teardrops and the laughter, in your joy and in your pain. We could never ever thank him for his love in so sweet, never changing, never ending, eternity. Oh, the wonderful
Thank you, Alan. We're going to try something a little bit different next week, I promise, because that just was very, very typically. Oh, and I've just gone to Netflix now as well. Don't worry, they can still see us. Alan, thank you very much, my friend. We will try again next week.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
I think he's frozen. Oh, no. Oh, I can hear him. Thank you, Alan. God bless, mate. And we'll try again next week. Yes, Groundhog Day, says Trace. Yeah, and or for the congregation, yeah. Look at them. They're so patient, bless their hearts. Well, friends, we will try something different next week. I do have a cable coming for the big red speaker to hardwire everything into one speaker. But I need a longer one because it needs to reach over the thing. So fingers crossed, it'll be better next week, because every week I make a mistake, I learn.
Is it finished then?
Yeah, that is. Just don't worry about that. We're still here and we're still broadcasting, but never mind. Friends, I think it highly appropriate that we have our closing prayer and then we can have our raffle offline. So, friends, let's join together and pray for upliftment, for love, and for a longer cable and a lot better technology next week. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under your banner of love and hope and friendship. And we ask for a blessing to be placed on all those hearing these words, no matter when or where. And we ask a great thank you to be sent to all those who work so hard for each other in kindness, in love and compassion. I ask for a blessing to be placed on our medium tonight and the work that she does, and we ask that it long may continue. And friends, we unite and say those final words as ever, that we ask the Great Spirit that each day, each week, and as we continue our lives, we ask not that the Great Spirit moves the mountain, just truly does give us the strength to climb. Until we meet again, which will be in love and truth and light. Amen.
Amen.
Well, friends, that concludes the service normal. We are all going to get together and have a raffle with Sam and Hannah, and Bully is laying on the table with a mini Henry ready and waiting. There we are. So we're going to say goodnight to everyone at home so that we can have our raffle. So from everyone in Littleport Village Hall, what is it we say? Goodnight. Oh, and we did so well at the beginning and last week. Let's try again. What do we say? Good night. And God bless you all.